In motion right is Watkins. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Doesn't matter who the runner is going to be each week. Defenses get ready to gang tackle. They want multiple people to the ball. They want to make sure they take the proper angles to the runner, make sure there's no place for him to spin out and go what they call through the back door and get away from people. And they want plenty of guys there to hit him, try to knock the ball free, the whole deal. But on that play, the best laid plans did not work.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Jay Howard. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, in my time in football, I've yet to see a playbook that draws up offensive plays designed to lose yardage. A running play loses yardage on 1st down. They try and throw it, take a sack on 2nd down. What can the offensive coordinator come up with here on 3rd down?
Third and long, it's Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit for the Bills, led by Dan Carpenter. This one from 35 yards away. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking deep here for Macklin. And they went big on 1st down. Proves unfruitful. Jeremy Macklin, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line, but how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Throwing is Smith. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And the Bills' offense comes out ready to take over. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
On first down, it's Taylor. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Now Taylor. That's complete right around the 8. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. And the play clock's running down. They toss to McCoy running left. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. On third and goal, Taylor. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
To throw on second down is Smith. Screen pass to Charles. Stays on his feet. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Throwing on third down, Smith. Airing one out from Macklin, deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Dustin Colquitt to punt for KC. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Taken in at the 22. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got
nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Justin Houston from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Even incompletions have their place. A beautiful deep attempt. They were unable to connect, but now the defense has to think about that the rest of the game.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. He's going to go up top again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Smith on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. A dump off for Charles. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Smith now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it off to Jamal Charles there. And it'll be 2nd and 10. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Back to throw, Smith. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Smith. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. The 20, 10. And he gets it into the end zone with no time left in the 2nd quarter as they take the lead. Now Carpenter to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to